Are you going to open up a business and just not worry about it every day? You're going to be worrying about it every day. And you can put all your time and effort into it. That's how you should treat this. Every day, whether the transactions that you make are profitable or not, they're all learning experiences. So that's why backtesting is important, keeping a trade journal is important, annotating your charts, and referring back to how it worked off of that daily chart. So when you go through your charts, if the marketplace that you're looking at creates these scenarios where it's just really messy, what's the first thing you should consider? Closing the charts, turning your computer off, and go do something you love to do. Spend time with your family, good friends, and hobby chasing, whatever it is you're doing otherwise outside of the markets, which is what all of you should have, a hobby outside of this, not just watch my videos or someone else's stuff. Have something that you do outside of trading, because you have to have an outlet, and otherwise you're going to burn out. But when the markets look like this, you don't touch them. I'm not talking about my community knows that I have not been really, and it breaks my heart because this has always been my favorite pair, but I have not been touching British pound for a long time. Months have gone by. I've not done one trade in this currency pair because it's just simply not delivering what I'm looking for. Now, some of you are thinking, oh, there's proof right there. They're changing the algorithm. No, it's just a mess right now. The whole world's all messed up, and trade has been affected by that. So it's going to show its hand and manifest itself in the currencies. And this is what you have. Trust me, folks, in the offing, just over the horizon, there's something about to happen. And when that happens, these markets are going to get real excited. And they're going to be moving around a lot. And everybody's going to be like, man, I'm going to go and trade Forex. Trust me, that day's coming. What day is it exactly? I don't know. But I'm being patient until it manifests itself. When it does, you're going to know it. Everybody's going to know it. But when it creates that, man, it's going to be what I call salad days. It just means easy trading. So don't get bummed out by looking at this and thinking, oh, this is actually a good thing, because it teaches you when not to be doing anything. When it feels alien, it feels counterintuitive or counterproductive or the opposite of what you're in here learning about. You're thinking, I'm learning how to do this, so I should be able to open up a chart and go and find a setup. Yes, that's reasonable for a neophyte, but you want to learn how to do this profitably, right? I mean, I would hope you would want that. You want to do things consistently, right? Hopefully that's what you're trying to do. I'm trying to promote that in you. Maybe that's not what you thought about when you first started, but you want to be able to know why you're doing something and when not to do it. Knowing when not to do something is crucial because it'll keep you from blowing your account, it'll keep you from being undisciplined, and it'll give you peace of mind. It'll remove that fear of missing out. I don't have any fear of missing any of this price action here. I'm not losing any sleep over it. And you shouldn't either. And when your market, whatever that market is performing like this, just leave it alone. Take a break. You don't need to trade today. You don't need to trade tomorrow. If you feel that, understand this and listen, okay? Put the potato chips down. Put your drink down. Listen. You do not need to trade every single day. Despite what you're thinking and feeling, you don't. What you need to do is understand why today or tomorrow is a day that's highly probable that your bias will deliver to a target that you already know is likely to be traded to. But you have to have an expectation of where it's going to go. Where is it going next, higher or lower? If you can't reasonably outline that, then you're gambling. And if you're trying to trade every day, or you have this impulse that you have to be trading, you have to be in there, you have to be doing it, that's a gambler's mentality. I do not promote gamblers. I do not promote gambling. I do not promote over-leveraging. I do not promote lucky over-leverage trading. I promote one contract, work on trying to double your account, How long does it take? I don't know. How long is it going to take you? I don't know. But that should be your goal. Work with the lowest leverage and try to double your account. If you don't have the patience to do that, you're a gambler. You're trying to rush to make big money. And there's only one end result that comes from that. You blow your account. I'm telling you folks, if you don't believe me, watch when you try to do it. And you're going to be coming back and saying in the comment section, you were right, I wish I would have listened. And then the true test is, will you repeat the same error? Thinking you just weren't schooled enough yet. Okay, you didn't have the skill set yet. Now you do, because you watched 2 more videos. And then you do it again. Then you'll write in the comment section, I just blew my account because I didn't do this and I didn't do that. What's wrong with me? I'm telling you what's wrong with you. You're rushing and you're gambling. And I don't teach that. So you're doing what? Everything I'm telling you not to do. So are you really ready to be taught? No. Once you break yourself and you have no more money in your account and you have no more money to put back in the account and you are questioning whether or not trading is for you, that is the student that's ready. Because they have nothing to go in and gamble with. And it's all up from there. Or they say, trading's not for me. And guess what? That's the right decision. Because you know yourself better than anyone else. If you decide that, you know what, I've tried this, I've tried that, it isn't working, trading's not for me. Well, God bless you. You've probably saved yourself a fortune. Because there's a lot of people that this will never work for. Because they are not disciplined. They're not responsible. They're not going to follow the rules, and they're not going to do things as they were taught. And they'll find fault with everything but themselves. And that is mental illness. I experienced it. I know it firsthand, and it's painful. It's embarrassing. It is deflating. It feels horrible. But it's not permanent. It's absolutely corrected by certain things and skill sets replacing bad habits. That's all. But it takes responsible discipline and a routine and adhering to it and being accountable to someone. Who is that? Someone you trust. Say, look, this is how I'm going to be doing my studies and my trading, and I just want to show you what I'm doing. And it's better if you're in a community that is like-minded. And that's what I try to foster. I try to create that. And unfortunately what happens is people on the outside that usually take shots at me or think this or that about what I do, what I teach, or my students. They'll say it's a cult. When all I'm trying to do is empower that individual to be an independent thinker. I don't want you to believe me or anything I'm saying. I want you to go in, look at these markets with the lens I'm providing you. If I'm a fraud and these don't work, you're going to know right away. If you're really putting the effort in, you're going to know right away if these things are valid or not. But for those that have done the work, nobody's convincing them otherwise now that it absolutely is the truth. And it's consistent. But when I say consistent, that's not the same thing as it happens every single day in the same pair that you look at. Like, for instance, none of the things I'm teaching are existing in this pair right now. That's why my private group and none of you have seen anything with this pair from me for a long, long time. Because it's not showing clear, clean price action. So since it's not doing it, I take my hand off of it and my attention goes elsewhere. Where has it been diverted to? Index futures. Index futures will have this type of price action soon. Does it mean that Forex trading is dead? No. Does it mean the algorithm has stopped working? No. It just means that it's being heavily manipulated. So what does that mean for you internally? Don't touch it. This is a rattlesnake. If you see a rattlesnake on a trail and you're walking down there and you hear that rattle, I've never seen a rattlesnake live in front of me, okay? But I'm telling you what, I'd recognize it if it started rattling. And I'm going to stand still. And I'm going to look around and find it. And wherever it is, I'm backing away from it. Simple. Well, I treat these times in the marketplace just like that. Because there were times where I looked at this and said, I'm better than the average bear. I'll get in here and find the honey. Well, there you go. I got stung. That's why I'm talking to you like this, folks. You gave me your time, you gave me your ear, and you're giving me your trust. I'm giving you the best advice anybody could ever give you. Don't discount it as just talking, droning, pontification. No. This is real insight, folks. It's 3 decades of it. I lost a lot of money not doing what I'm teaching you to do. Like, I'm teaching you the very things that I fell victim to and how to avoid it. Wouldn't you want to do that? I mean, I would literally give everything I had back in 1992 if I had someone like I'm trying to be for all of you. I'm trying to be that person that has real world experience, that knows what's going on, proves it, and I'm trying to show you, lower your expectations on yourself. Don't try to be an Olympic trader, okay? You don't need to be Olympic. Just be consistent. If you find a bread and butter setup once a week, you can do a lot with that. It just takes consistency and money management. The money management does the heavy lifting. The hardest thing is finding something you're going to trust and stay with. And when it doesn't deliver, or when you can't find it in your market, it doesn't change it. It just means you stand still. That's it. And it's hard. It's real hard, because what happens if you go 2 weeks without taking a trade? What's that going to do for your mindset? For some of you, it's going to drive you nuts. Others, it's going to make you want to change the style of trading. And they're both wrong. 30 years taught me that. Books didn't teach me that. Books talked about system hopping, but you don't really know that lesson until you blow accounts, do dozens of different trading styles and approaches that don't work. They have no sound logic in the marketplace, why it's doing this and doing that, divergence indicator this, harmonic that. All those things are something that promotes the idea of a religious view on the marketplace, and not just time and price. Time and price is not a religion. It's the truth. That's what these markets deliver on. Look at the chart. What's at the bottom of the chart? Time. What's on the vertical axis? Price. Why are you complicating it? You're saying I'm complicating it. Why are you? You're adding triangles and shapes and all these things and moving averages and all this stuff on your chart, instead of just looking at what these candlesticks are documenting. Where was it an hour ago? Where was it last Friday? Where's it likely to go today? Where's it likely to go by the end of the week? If you ask those questions every single time you sit in front of the charts, you'll have a pretty good idea of what it's likely to do. Will it happen every single time? No. But by itself, that right there, what I just mentioned to you, that was the first steps for me to stop looking at those books. Those books are going to tell you things that 90% of people that trade lose money on. Let's be honest, folks. Let's just call it like it is, okay? All of those books, all of those teachers, all these YouTube channels, everybody out there is talking about the same things that result in the 90% blowout of live traders. So why are you holding on to that stuff with a death grip? No, it's going to work for me. I did that same thing, and I lost. Blew accounts over and over again, crying, tears, weeping. Why can't I figure it out? Those things are in a 90% bracket of losing money.